Welcome to another episode of Dirt Bike Sam, guys. We are really excited to introduce a new dirt bike in the Dirt Bike Sam garage. This is the 80 horsepower Stark Varg fully electric dirt bike. Stay tuned. All right, Logan, we've been waiting for this bike what seems like for years. We pre-ordered this basically the first day. We've had experience with other electric bikes. We've had a KTM Freeride EXC as well that we really enjoyed. It's a totally different experience, and we really wanted to get our hands on one of these and try it out. So how do we use this thing?
So this thing is crazy. Different than the Freeride, this uses a phone to control everything, including the maps, which there are up to 5 map settings, quote unquote.
Preset map settings.
Yep. So you can set the horsepower down to as low as 10 up to as high as 80. You can set the regen from as little as 0 regen all the way up to 100% regen.
So that's like regen's like engine braking, right? That's what you would describe it the best as.
Exactly. And it runs their proprietary Stark Future phone, and it runs off Android 11 is what it comes with. It has a data plan because it gets updates. It runs off the T-Mobile network. It's crazy. And not only that, not only do you have to have this phone, you don't have to have it mounted is one thing we found, although it does wirelessly charge when it's docked, but it runs Bluetooth. So as long as it's in your pack, you can have it. So if you don't trust having it docked, which is pretty cool, it kind of sinks in and docks, you can just throw it in your pack.
So what do we plan on doing with this bike?
Well, just like all of our other bikes, this is going to go through all of the trials that we put all the bikes through, which means desert, it means single track, it means actual motocross track. We're going to put this through the same paces we would any other bike that we own.
Yeah, and we're going to have beginners, intermediate, advanced, and even pro level riders ride this and give you, so you guys can get the full, suite of all of their opinions and their, thoughts on this bike. This is, like I said, the 80 horsepower bike. It comes with an 18-inch rear tire and a kickstand, so it's more geared for an off-road versus a motocross bike. But we even will do a time trial on this when the snow melts for up at the ridge and just see if it can beat our other bikes that we've been doing. So we plan on doing lots of stuff. What kind of parts are we going to put on this, Logan?
Well, just to start off, some of the selections, as we've already mentioned, the 80 horsepower is one of the options you can select, which we did, so that's the highest. You can do a 60
horsepower one as well.
You can do the 60. Another option that we opted for is the foot brake instead of the hand brake. Yeah. So if you're more, downhill mountain biker, you could select the left-hand brake. We went with the foot brake. Otherwise, I can't remember some of the other options that we selected.
That's about it.
Color, obviously, you can get the white, gray, or red.
Yeah.
But then as far as actual accessories we are going to do to it, right off the bat, we are going to throw in tubeless.
Yep.
Probably going to change the tires out. These aren't the gummy style that we're used to. They don't seem like they're too terrible, but we'll probably switch those out while we're doing the tubeless. Definitely are going to do some flag guards, probably the Rebound or some other style of flag guard on the front.
Yeah.
And really, I don't know if there's much else we're going to do to it.
Nope. So part of the plan too is, we want to see how long we can last on a normal trail ride out here in the mountains of Utah and just see like if we can get 30 minutes or 4 hours. Like obviously we want to really test it out and then obviously take it to the desert and the sand and see how much power and how long the battery lasts. Obviously the limitations of all electric bikes is the battery. So we understand that. We're understanding this is not going to be replacing our ice bikes. but it's a fun thing to try out and just see how it does. So we're going to do all these tests. Look forward to that and stay tuned. If you're not subscribed, guys, you're going to want to follow along. Logan and I have a lot of fun dirt bike content. We're going to rope in our buddy Josh Knight and some of our other buddies like Will and Rich to ride some of these and give you guys as much quality content as we possibly can.
But before you go, one last thing we want to tell you. What are your first impressions, Sam, of this bike? Not riding it, just being around this bike in the first 24 hours.
It feels like a professionally built bike. It comes with the KYB suspension. It's incredibly compact. The plastics are narrow. It's well thought out. It does feel really heavy when you're moving it around. We've weighed it. It's 267 pounds on our scale, so super heavy, but once you ride it, all of that goes away. You can ride it super slow, it's super balanced. I'm very encouraged with this bike off my first impressions. What about you, Logan?
I will mirror, say the exact same things. It is heavy, heavy, heavy when it's dead, but just in the little bit on 10 horsepower, just getting it into our shop and bringing it into the storage here, it feels very controlled, very controllable power in just the little bit that we've done. Obviously, never even seen dirt yet, so once we get out, we'll look forward to those reviews. But first impressions are good. It looks sleek. It feels very, very narrow. It's going to be interesting to see how that goes. One other impression I had is all these fenders, this whole piece is all one piece, which is an interesting choice. Some of the styling choices maybe I wouldn't have gone with. But in general, just what Sam said, very well thought out.
Yeah, so we're excited to try it out. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and we will see you guys out on the trails.